You're listening to The Real Agents of Charlotte on Maximizing Your Refund. Now we're going to have Aimee, Cerrud, La Panamena Realtor with a quote of the day.
We all have what is called dreams, but some people or some of us in different stages in our life, we do hesitate because we're afraid or we are a little bit lethargic. So we only have wishes. So, what can we do to accomplish those dreams? What do you guys think about this quote of the day? How you guys stay on top of your dreams?
I like to tell people, especially with stuff that you want to do that is something that you really can't do right now. I like to tell people to do a vision board and to put it somewhere where you're going to see it every day. Like a lot of times people like to put it like in certain rooms in the house or things like that, but I think you need to put it like in your bedroom, right on the wall when you roll over. That's the first thing you're looking at, instead of like probably right beside the TV or something like that. Put it where you're going to see it, so that you can be reminded of what your dreams are and the goals to accomplish those dreams.
Kind of having a roadmap because
Yeah,
actually you have like at least a vision where you're going to.
exactly.
So if you don't do it, you're pretty much going blind, and it might happen, it might not. It's just only in the back of your head. How about you, Khaulia? What do you think about it?
Um, I do my vision boards on my computer. I use it as like screensavers, just because that's what works for me. I know I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
be on my computer quite a bit or on my tablet. So something that I want, I focus in on that by having it in the background and somewhere where you can see it. It's not enough to have it written on a big post board that you don't have anywhere in your house. That's not going to make it work for you. So that's what works for me. Whatever works for you.
Yeah. See, that wouldn't work for me because when I open my computer, it can't be like the desktop or the screensaver because as soon as I open the computer, I'm going to the desktop. Like I'm unlocking it. Like I'm not spending any time looking at that. And then when I get to the desktop, I have so many windows open that it's covered up. So I'm not seeing that either. So yeah, that's why, like you said, whatever works for you because the vision board on the wall definitely is what works for me.
And actually, for some people, it works to have things on your fridge. So every
Yeah,
time you go and grab something, you have a constant reminder of what do you want. So
that's what I
I
need.
mean, it's yeah,
To lose
you
weight.
have to go, yeah, exactly to the fridge
you know
so
how
many times a day. So you are looking.
have y'all ever watched The Nutty Professor?
Yes.
And Sherman had the pig in the refrigerator when you open the door, and it's like just oinking, like reminding him, like, okay, you're fat, like don't eat
I don't
more.
remember that.
Heartfelt story about a man trying to comb his daughter's hair. It's ethnic hair. She wakes up and she has on a bonnet and it's all cute. She pulls out the bonnet and everything looks good, and then the hair opens up. And so she pulls up some video. She has her tablet and she's ready to go with the comb. Pulls up a video, and she's looking at someone on YouTube, a lady who does her hair. She finds out the style she wants, and it looks so easy on YouTube. They're just parting it and telling you exactly what to do, and you're like, I can get this. She does it. It does not work out. She's going somewhere special, so she wants to look nice. Her dad comes in and he tries to help her as well, and the hair turns into a monster. And he's trying to comb it and attack it. And finally, he just gets a hat and he puts it on her head. And she's like, "No, I don't want a hat." So she's emotional and upset. And then you hear in the background the person that's speaking, and she says, "It just takes a little bit of, basically a little bit of persistence. It just takes a little bit of love and persistence. And when you turn the iPad around, when she turns the iPad around, it's her and a woman that's doing her hair. So apparently, it pans out to where they were actually going. The big event is that her mom is in the hospital. So they're going to pick her up from the hospital. She has on a bonnet, and she's nervous about taking off her bonnet. When she pulls off the bonnet, she actually doesn't pull it off. Her daughter gives her a picture of a woman who has no hair and is wearing a crown. And then you realize that this is the woman who does the YouTube videos. So she does all these videos about hair, and at this point, you realize that she has cancer and all of her hair is gone. Her daughter shows her a beautiful picture with a crown, so it lets her know, regardless if you have hair or not, you're still a queen. You still wear a crown. I still love you. and that ends the story. They go home together.
Mm.
So, the story touched me just because a lot of diversity, a lot of ethnicity with the hair, and our company at Level Up, that is really what we're about. We're about diversity and accepting everybody for who and how they are. And this just shows so much love between the mother and the daughter. And she has a lot of videos, so apparently she's supposed to be a well-known YouTube star. But the bottom line was, regardless of what she looked like, her family accepted her and loved her, and they band together as a family to overcome whatever she was going through. So I loved it. Let me know what you think. That's just my opinion of it, but I'm loving it. Hair Love, it deserved to win an Oscar.
Is it based on a true story?
I do not know.
Okay.
It's just the
And
YouTube.
where was it at? It's YouTube. It's on Netflix.
I saw it on YouTube. It's from Sony Pictures. It's a short animated film. It won the Oscar, so it wasn't. People didn't really know about it until it actually won.
Because I feel like I've seen, like you said, you saw it on YouTube. I feel like I've seen maybe a passing of an advertisement of it, but I don't know where to watch it.
Right. I watched it on YouTube. It's from Sony Pictures, so it's their actual.
So it's
site.
on YouTube, so we can watch it on YouTube. Hair Love. Okay.
Absolutely.
That sounds like an amazing story, and it's just an inspiration to people to see that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. Immediately, when I was in tears, and it just, because you're like, oh my God, that's her mom. But it just, I was more interested because the way they presented you, I'm telling you the end. So, spoiler alert, you don't know the end at the beginning. So in the beginning, you just see this little girl who's having a struggle with her hair. And I know that struggle. Okay. Right. And her dad is trying to help her. So even the interaction between them is beautiful. The pictures are well drawn. It was in conjunction with the gentleman who did The Proud Family. So it's amazing. And you could see that he has locks. Like, he has locks.
Right.
And, to see his interaction with her, and he's trying his best. Oh, I missed one part. At the end, he actually followed the videos step by step and helped his daughter do her hair before they went to see her mom.
Yeah.
And so that was an amazing interaction between him. I thought it was just him and her. Maybe he was a single father at the time.
Right.
But then to add the added bonus that they were just going to visit.
And you know what? I think, like you said, since at the beginning you thought that he was a single father, I think a lot of single dads of girls could really probably relate, because I know a few single dads with boys, but then I didn't know a few with girls. And I always wonder, like, how do you do her hair, or do you do her hair? And sometimes the girls are a little bit older, so now they're doing their own hair. But before that, Dad had to learn. Like, it was definitely a learning curve. So, yeah.
Oh, we're talking about her?
We're talking about the Real Og Jasmine.
I have arrived. Okay.
Yeah,
I have even offered our OG to tell my mom to train her how to do rollers so she can wave her beautiful own hair that grows in her scalp. And she told me she didn't want to.
Right. So
I want to know why.
Yeah. So what's up with that, Real OG? Have you totally embraced your brown girl magic, and have you actually arrived?
I have arrived.
Like the video that Khaulia is talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
I just got my hair done, and I got some Brazilian body wave flowing down my back. Okay. And I am happy with it. Now, the HBIC, we went earlier this week to a builders meeting, and her and the builder rep were talking about, oh yeah, the builder rep was like, oh, I want to get locks. And if you guys don't know, the HBIC has locks.
Beautiful
and so
locks
I'm over there.
with
They are beautiful. I'm not gonna lie.
Color.
Some green in it.
And so I'm over there like, can't relate. I don't want locks. I'm not getting locks. I like my relaxers. Okay. So they're like, oh no, you shouldn't get relaxers, this, that, and the third. And, and I'm just like, hey, this is what I like, and this is what I'm going to do. So I went and got my hair done. That was Wednesday. I went and got my hair done Friday night. That was on a Wednesday. I went and got my hair done that Friday. And I'm happy. Okay. Hair still in, hair still intact. And I'm very happy with what I have.
So how this works? Like
you're
how you
happy.
choose the hair, how you know, like how that works. So yeah, I'm a
So you
foreigner.
look, so you look for a curl style that you like. Some people like straight, some people like body waves, some people like the kinky curly, which looks more like the afro. And then there's crap, what's the other one? I can't remember. But anyway, and then you pick your color. They have some are already bleached, like blonde. I like mine black. I just like the regular old black. And you pick how long down your back you want it.
So how long that last?
It can last about 6 to 8 weeks before you have to get it redone or just take it out completely.
And
So
it costs about how much? I mean, enlighten us.
Now
Tell us a
see,
little
I've
bit
heard,
about
now
yeah.
see. Okay, so
'Cause
first
this
of
is new
all,
for me.
I'm cheap. The HBIC is cheap. Okay,
no, that
so
who?
The real OG.
I mean the real OG. Lord,
Man,
have
she-
I done switched names.
She's
I done,
already
look, I done
like
took her. I done
saying
took over.
somebody else is cheap on her name.
I done took over. My bad, because I was just talking about the HBIC. The real OG is cheap. So I'm not gonna say cheap. I'm gonna say frugal. So I buy my hair from Amazon,
Okay.
Nice.
and the most recent hair I bought, it cost me about $80.
Oh, that's not bad.
Then-
Never have I paid
See,
level up.
then I got
Level up on it.
my hair. Now tell me when this hair ain't popping.
feel
Let
it.
us feel. Let us feel.
But is that synthetic or
Okay.
real
No, this
hair?
is real hair.
Yeah,
This is
real
real.
hair. It does
Yes.
feel good.
Okay, then for the
Sound
80
like-
piece. For the 80 piece. Okay. Then my friend, she sold it in for me for 75.
Oh, that's good. Because the average person, my sons has assistants, and one of them just got her hair done, and she told me she paid $450.
Exactly.
See,
That's
no,
what I
I'm not
pay.
doing that.
That's what I pay.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
You know
My
there is
stylist was
women
$450.
in
Yes,
Asia
that's
suffering
$450.
for you to have that hair.
They getting paid.
Yeah, some of them
Not that
That's
much.
their choice.
Some of them voluntarily give it up.
I
for the
mean,
Not
money.
that much.
All right, so today's podcast, we want to bring you information about things that you can do with your tax refund to maximize. So I know, guys, every single year you are probably, I mean, like, what does people typically do with their tax refund? What do you do, or what had you done before you had a different mindset?
Oh, I think normally people buy cars because they go, something happens with a car or whatever. So they have a lump sum now to buy a car or fix their car. TVs. I've seen a lot of TVs.
Going on vacation.
Vacations. I've seen
Clothing.
clothes. I was about to say clothes, shopping, a lot of shopping. The malls are packed. Furnishing their houses, like furniture and stuff like that.
What do you find that people do, Tammy?
Buying stuff they need for their kids, like school clothes, if they need new shoes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
I mean, sometimes they don't even spend it all in one time, but before you know it, the money's gone. Like
Yeah.
these people that get big refunds because they have 20,000 kids, and
I
before they
wish.
know it, there is no money.
That's right. But let's talk about some things that they can do. So Level Up Realty does have something on our website that tells you ways that you can maximize your refund. We give you 8 ways in which you can really, really make this work for you this year in 2020. So instead of, of course we know there are necessities that people need, such as clothing, shoes, hair, fixing your car because you need to have transportation to get from A to B. But what can you do that you can actually give back to yourself, like as far as equity? Let's talk a little bit about that to our listeners.
So to start out, again, to reiterate, these are some things that you could do to get yourself on the path to home ownership and build that equity in a house. So one of the things is you can use your tax refund to pay your closing costs, and I'm gonna say and your down payment too. And I want people to understand that closing costs and your down payment are two different things. Your closing costs are normally fees associated with the loan and the lender, and settlement. These are costs like your application fee for your mortgage, your taxes, and things like that. As far as your mortgage goes, and then your down payment is a portion of your loan. Is an actual portion of your loan that goes towards paying down your loan and showing the bank that you are capable of paying or having money to go towards it. And then also just to let you guys know that even though we are advising you to use your tax refund for closing costs and down payment. There are down payment assistance programs that helps you with that, with those things as well.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about what due diligence and earnest money is, that you can earnest deposit, that you can use your tax refund for that. So the earnest deposit is pretty much um, showing the owner of the home, the seller, that you're really interested, that you're really serious about purchasing this home. So this gives you an advantage. And there is another thing calling due diligence. So this is you buying time. So in case you're under contract, you did your inspection and something comes back that you want to get out of the deal, at least you're able to get out of your deal and in the period of time that you purchase your due diligence and come out, and you will only get your earnest money back, but at least due diligence gets you to buy time in case something comes up with the deal, it was not what you expected, or it came back a lot of things that needed to be fixed and the owner don't want to fix them, and you want to be able to get out of the deal without suffering with no money.
One of the things I want to talk about is buying down your interest, or buying down discount points, because mortgages, when you have a mortgage, they come with discount points. So a way that you can use your tax refund is buying down those points initially. It's also called buying down your interest rate. So what happens is when you buy down those points, it allows you to have less interest and costs to pay at closing. Okay, so that's one of the things that you can do with your tax refund to make it profitable for you.
So I'm going to talk a little bit about how you buy or eliminate PMI. So PMI is private mortgage insurance. So this will depend on what kind of loan you have. If you have a conventional loan, depend if you put the 20% down or not, you won't have any PMI. But in other kind of loans you do. This insurance is not to protect you. This insurance is to protect the lender, that in case of you defaulting, they're going to be covered. So of course you don't want to be having PMI because it's a little extra you're going to pay each month that again is not covering you. So of course you want to use your tax refund money to be able to put a little bit more down and eliminate altogether the PMI.
And buying a home is a great purchase. It's a big purchase, and for many new home buyers, you think, okay, I have the keys. Now, my next step is purchasing new furniture for my house. So you can use your tax refund to go ahead and get that new furniture that you need, and that'll help you, be a little more homey after you make your after you make your home purchased. Period.
And key words, notice that she said that you should do that after you make your home purchase. It was not before, it was not during the process. It wasn't, while the lender is finalizing your underwriting, because oftentimes people get a little ahead and put the cart before the horse and begin to buy furniture, or even to just go and apply for credit to purchase furniture. And what happens is they end up not being approved. So you go from being approved to now being denied because you did something a little too soon.
Exactly. And another thing you can do with your tax refund is to save it to meet your reserve requirements of your loan program. Now, some loan programs require applicants to have reserves in their bank account. These reserves are normally 2 to 6 months of your PITI, which is your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance. And all it is the bank saying, okay, we need to see this money in your bank account so that we know at the very least for at least 2 to 6 months, we know that you're going to be able to pay this mortgage. So that's what reserves are, and that's what some mortgage loan programs require.
Great. And the last and final tip that we have for you is using your tax refund to pay down debt or pay off collections. And this is something that, guys, people get really scared when you look at your credit and you see a monster. But one of the things that I like to remind my clients is you created it, okay? You created the monster. So if you created it and you drew it on a piece of paper and you didn't like the way the artwork looked, what do you need to do? Erase it, right? So if you created it, you can fix it. All things are possible in that situation. It just takes commitment. But however, one important thing to do whenever you're trying to pay down debt is don't just look at Credit Karma and start paying off things. You need to ask the experts, what is necessary for you to pay off. Because sometimes that monster that you drew on that paper may be asleep, and paying it off may cause it to wake up. So if you really want to see the boogeyman, start paying off stuff that nobody told you to do. You should definitely talk to, again, the experts and let them tell you which things are imperative that you pay off and which things you absolutely do not need to touch. So again, guys, we just gave you 8 tips on ways to maximize your refund. Number 1 was using your tax refund to pay closing costs. Number 2 was using your tax refunds to pay down for your down payment on a home. Number 3 was using your tax refund for your due diligence and earnest money deposit. Number 4 is your tax refunds for buying down your interest rate. Number 5 is using your tax refund to eliminate your PMI, which is private mortgage insurance. Number 6 was using your tax refund to buy your appliances, furniture, carpet, window coverings, etc. after, keyword, after you have the keys in your hand. Number 7 is using your tax refund to meet reserve requirements for the loan, such as your principal, interest, taxes, and insurance, PITI. And it's not pitiful. You're actually going to be leveling up. And then you have number 8, using your tax refund to pay down debt or pay off collections, but always remember to talk to the experts first. So guys, you can also, again, find this document on our website. If you go to our consumer education tabs on our website at www.leveluprealty.org, you'll be able to find information on education, tools, and resources.
We have some amazing resources that we added there. Both of these resources are sponsored or created by NARAB, which is the National Association of Real Estate Brokers. One of the programs is D-Free. They teach you how to become debt-free. They help you with a budget and how to pay down and gives you a plan on paying down debt. Also, another one is Home Before the Car. Everybody, please get that in your head. Get the home before the car. And we have that resource on the website as well, or a link to that resource on the website as well, that puts you to that website to give you tips and pointers on preparing for home ownership. And again, even if you have the score, you have the income, if home ownership is your dream, get the home before the car. If the car that you have is getting you from point A to point B, do not get a car and add that debt and those credit inquiries on your record and then go look for a mortgage loan. Now, you definitely can get a car after the home. Actually, me and my husband did it when we bought a house back in 2011. We closed on the house in September, got the car in October. So
level up.
exactly, that's how you do it. Get the home before the car. And that's going to segue right into my social media minute, guys. This is the Real OG. And let me tell y'all something. All right. I'll need to tell everybody. So this was a 3-week event or that's what they call it, a 3-week event on Netflix, right? And since we talked about the Hair Love show on YouTube, or the movie on YouTube, I want to bring y'all to something on Netflix. So there's this show called Love is Blind. It's a dating experiment. They showed it for 3 weeks. So basically, when Netflix has an event or 3-week event, is they release some episodes one week, some episodes the next week, and then some episodes the next week. Because y'all know normally Netflix, they'll go ahead and give you the whole shebang and let you binge watch till you till you can't binge watch no more. But with Love is Blind, they kind of broke it up. They like, okay, we want people to keep coming back. We want people to keep coming back. Now I love stories, love shows, anything. So I watch Married at First Sight, Love After Lockup, 90 Day Fiance. I watch all that stuff because I just love love. So I watch Love is Blind, and Love is Blind, basically they have the men on one side and the women on one side, and when they go on dates, they actually go in these pods, what they call pods, and they cannot see each other. So they're just talking. You hear the person's voice. You talk about everything. You talk about life, and you just get to know this person. And so when you decide that, okay, this person that I'm dating is my person, I like this person, the men propose to the women. So after the event, they're supposed to, get married. So the men propose to the women. So probably on like the second or third day, this one couple was like, we're ready. We're doing it. We're ready. Second day of them talking, and the guy proposes, and it is Cameron and Lauren. Cameron is a white guy, and Lauren is a black girl. So when they came together, it was like for her, she had never dated a white guy. He had dated a black girl before, but it was new to her and to her family. And then there were four other couples that came together. So yesterday, or not yesterday, I'm sorry, last Thursday, one Thursday, I can't even remember when it was. They showed the last episode. The last episode was the weddings. So they're supposed to come together in these pods. After I think it's about 30 days, they're supposed to get married. So we get to the weddings, and the couples are Lauren and Cameron, Jessica and Mark, Barnett and I forgot his his girl's name, and Kenny and Kelly and Giannina and her guy. Damien? I think it was Damien. Damien.
Have it
Giannina
down
and
pat.
Damien.
Yes,
I'm
It's
telling
really
y'all.
write it
Listen,
down.
so Giannina and Damien get to the altar. She says yes. He's like, no. I'm like, oh my God. But he said that it was because Giannina was just hot and cold the whole time. And then once they got to the wedding, she's like, yeah, I'm all in. Like, he's like, no, you're not going to take me on this roller coaster. Kelly and Kenny said yes. No, Kenny didn't even get a chance to say yes. Kelly out the gate was like, no. And they were one of the couples that I was like, yeah, they're going to go. They're going to get married. She was like, no. Then we have Mark and Jessica. They have a 10-year age difference. And I already knew that Jessica was going to say no because she's older. Jessica's like one of those self-sabotaging people. Like, you know, they just mess up their whole thing, and then they're wondering why I'm single. You messing up everything, and now you wondering why you single. But Mark was like, I'm ready. Like, and he was Hispanic. So he was like, I'm ready, you know. And then he was crying and things like that. Barnett and his girl, they got married, which they were ones where I was like, it was kind of iffy because it was just iffy. Lauren and Cameron, my favorite couple, they got married and they are still together. I don't know about Barnett and his girl. I don't know if they're still together, but Lauren and Cameron are still together, and I'm just so happy. But I want to know, would you guys do a love experiment like that?
Like really, no pressure. Like there is no time pressure in there. It's a lot of pressure in that. Like it's
Would
already
you do it?
well, it's difficult to date when you know this person and he's not in that scenario. It's already difficult. Just to adapt to another person because everybody have different, personalities and different ways to do things. And especially when you're on your own for a while, you have your own ways. So
Yeah.
it's hard to readjust to that. So imagine just going blind with another person that you don't know if they leave
Yep.
that toilet seat up and that freaks
would
you
marry
out.
them for the toilet.
I'm not saying that, but it's
Frame of
things
that.
that will bother
Put
you.
it down.
Hey, you know what? Lauren and Cameron, they had that issue because Lauren was like, I'm happy being single. Like, I'm happy in my own space and things like that. And Cameron's like, I bought this 3-bedroom house because I'm ready to be married and have my family. So Lauren was like, that's where it was kind of hot and cold with them at the beginning. But I would do it. I'm not gonna lie, and I think that's why I watch all these shows because I would do it.
Thank you for listening to another segment of the Real Agents of Charlotte. You can find us on social media platforms, Facebook and YouTube. Find us at leveluprealty.org. Again, leveluprealty.org. If you're looking to purchase a home in the Carolinas, you need property management or commercial real estate, give us a call at 980-229-4940. Don't forget, we also help renters. Level up.